Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Ray.
Hello. Hi. Hey. How's it going?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good.
Very fine.
Good. Good. You're lying in a hammock.
Yeah, yeah. This time, it is 11 p.m. So I'm resting on my rump.
Yeah. Yeah. Hammock.
Yeah,
How do you say in Portuguese? It's not HAMMOCK. I think it's a different word in Portuguese, right?
hammock. Hammock
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
is
Maca.
called
Maca.
uh,
No.
heiji. Heiji.
He,
Heiji
oh,
is similar
Haiti.
to net. Is
A net.
similar.
Or like a net. Oh, a fisherman net. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We say heiji.
Oh, Hiji. Not Maca. It translated as so Hiji. Heji. Hiji.
Is
What is
REDE.
REDE? Oh,
It doesn't show on translator, Google Translator.
no, it came through as Maca, MACA, Maca. I don't know, Maca.
Maca. Yeah, there is maca, but maca is
Oh,
not Hamburg in Portuguese. Yeah. Maca is a piece. It's something to carry that
oh,
someone is sick, very sick. Yeah, yeah,
someone, like a stretcher or something to,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
to
exactly.
carry someone. Uh-huh. Well, that's interesting because because the word I think the invention yeah, it's a very popular thing, the hammock.
I like hammock that because it involve my body. I like to be secure. Yeah, secure. I like it more than
More than
sofa.
just more than
Is it sofa?
a bed
Sofa.
sofa.
Yeah, is more secure than a sofa.
You might roll off this one. You don't roll off it. It holds
Mhm.
you in even if you.
Very good. Very good. It is something Brazilian, especially in Brazilian from the north, like very
Like from the north, right? So,
yeah, the north
so,
of Brazil.
so a few days ago, one man phoned me, one guy phoned me, and then he brought out a headdress. So it was like this kind of like a shape like this. It's kind of shaped like a big, like this, kind of like this, and it was blue with a couple other feathers. It was like the macaw. In English we say macaw. In Portuguese, arara.
Arara,
What's
arara.
Is that right? How you say the C A in English? We say macaw, MACAW. But it was really beautiful to see, and he was
Yeah,
so he said, I am kayapo, so
kayapo,
he's a
kayapo.
kayapo. I really feel good because I have because I had some pictures because I was just showing him like some native guys from Canada and everything. He's like, oh, beautiful, because I have the old pictures of. So it was. I think it's really interesting to
You
see.
like, I know you like very much to study animals, to study tropical animals,
Yeah,
more of
tropical. Animals like that's right. And then
how to say arara in English. You said
it's this way. Arara is MACAW. We say macaw.
macaw.
Yeah, that
How,
macaw
how
kind of sounds like
stop?
that sound.
Could you type
Macaw sound maybe sounds like the sound of somebody imitating the bird. Does it make a sound like macaw? No, I'm not sure. I don't really know the sound, but sometimes languages have onomatopoeic words. Onomatopoeia. You know this funny word. Onomatopoeia is a word that like meow when we say cats meow.
I know
Uh,
onomatopoeia?
owls hoot. So this one, this one I saw 4 years ago. I saw this one in a tree, and then I tried to find what species, and because I didn't realize that it was a young one because the feathers are quite different. But anyway, so
Oh,
this one is a tree in Canada, an
the
owl.
name is
That's right.
Summer. Oh, okay.
And then the third, that's right, owl. So
Oh,
owl, it sounds like towel. Go to the shower and towel,
is it an
owl.
onomatopoeia too?
No, this one,
Oh,
yeah, they're in Europe too. Yeah, in English, yeah, owl. What did you say? Is it in?
is it an onomatopoeia? Oh, no.
No, but we say owls hoot, hoot, hoot. So that's
Yeah.
onomatopoeia. But yeah, owl. I'm not. No, I guess it's not onomatopoeia. But when we say in English, when we say owls hoot is like cats meow. Uh, Actually, in English, we say dogs bark and howl. So, but howl sounds like oh. but But anyway, that's more like a cartoon word. But these are words in English. So owls hoot. So hoot is on them. So anyway, on the third morning, this one flew by, and then I realized later that that was a young one. And so this one was likely the mother. I guess it may be the father. I guess it might have been the father, or I think the mother, because it came and was like it landed in a close by tree and was calling to it. So really
Is,
nice. I have some video of this one calling. So I think.
is it a symbol for the teachers in Canada too,
Oh, so
or
yeah,
just
yeah,
in Brazil?
teachers and
Yeah.
so that's right. So that really comes from that's right. Symbols of teachers and some in some countries lawyers or something. I think here we have Harry Potter with an owl.
Yeah.
Quite a different connection. This is from India. This is the goddess Lakshmi. So she's like the wife. She's the consort of I think Vishnu and
Interesting.
Shiva. I can't but anyway, she's the goddess of wealth and money. So at least some people in India, if they see an owl, they think, oh, lucky money will come to the family.
Very,
So
very
they,
interesting. Very interesting.
but other cultures, when they see an owl, they think, oh, somebody will die or some omen of something. So owls seem to have lots of connections. Um, I don't know if you
You
ever saw
have
this. This is a
many
strange word.
content.
This is a
You
hoopoo.
have many cultural content. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, yeah,
It's different
quite
content.
a few I took myself. Like this one. This one I took myself to a strange one. Strange little lizard. So he's got
What
like a yellow.
it?
Yeah, this
Its
one's
name.
in Indonesia. Yeah, he's a little. I don't know what kind of lizard, but he's. I don't think I ever identified this one, but anyway, he had a throat sac, so he's attracting the female. So he's going. Yeah, he was kind of like a balloon. He had this thing. So I got the picture at the right time. I have another one where this thing is down, but it's like a throat sac, I guess, to show off to a female.
Interesting.
So
I see.
why are there so many colors? Why are fruits colorful? So why are fruits colorful? To it, yeah, to attract the birds and the monkeys and so
The fruits especially has many contrast. It is very interesting too.
yeah,
Many
yeah,
contrasts of colors.
yeah, exactly, and that's really interesting when you think of color as the life in nature. So
Yeah.
butterflies. It's funny the male is usually more colorful. The bird and the fish, some more colors. So here's the light spectrum, the visible light spectrum. So so what about in Portuguese? In Portuguese, do any people have names like Mr. Black, Mr. Yellow, or Miss Orange or something? Miss Orange, or is it not
Especially
common?
Mr. Black in Brazil. Mr.
What's that?
Black, Mr. White.
Oh, you have Mr. White and Blanc or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
Blanca or
Mr.
something.
Black, Mr. Black.
Oh,
We say Moreno. It's similar to brown. Brown.
Brown. Is it like a
Like
family name or first name?
No, 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 no. It's
I guess
just a
the only one I can think in English maybe is like violet. The color violet is a girl's name. Is a flower, yeah, flower girl's name, and then the color. Um, Otherwise, but in Thailand, many people have red, Mister Red, or they just call first name red, green. Yeah, it's different in different cultures. Some cultures. So
very, very
my one friend from Turkey, his name is Mister Volcano, Mister is Volcan. My name Volcan. What does it mean? Volcano.
simple. I know.
Mister
It's
Volcano. It's a funny name.
funny, funny.
Watch out! It sounds like a dangerous man, Mister Volcano. I hope it's a sleeping. So you know that there are three kinds of volcanoes. Three kinds, right? There's extinct, like dinosaurs extinct. Dormant. You know dormant?
Dormant, dormant. Yeah,
It's sleeping. I don't know in Portuguese. In French, dormez-vous. Frère Jacques, frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous means are you sleeping? So dormancy. That's from Latin, I guess. Dormant French. In
mm.
Portuguese too, maybe.
As a
Dormancy.
Canadian, you speak Spanish. You speak French too, okay? As a
No, I
Canadian,
actually I don't know. Oh, but dormant is. Oh yeah, so dormant. Maybe the human beings have many dormant powers, laying, laying dormant. Um,
when you say dormant, I remember the literature of Washington Irving. I don't know.
oh,
Rip Van Winkle.
oh,
I
funny you should say that. It's really
I
funny you
have
should say.
this lesson to my student. Uh,
Oh, really?
oh,
Oh, yeah, because he fell asleep.
good.
I kind of sometimes, it's funny. Sometimes it's funny you should mention Van Winkle because I sometimes feel I'm that way because I left my country and lived in different countries for years. I sometimes feel like I
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes say I'm like a Rip Van Winkle. I mentioned Rip Van Winkle. He fell asleep and then America had the revolution. Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very,
So
very
my
yeah, I like very much to pass to do my class. The student understand very fast the story. What's the most different, most funny and different name did you uh, see in the world to
oh
today?
You mean a person? You mean a person I've met who's really? Sorry, what were you asking? Say again. Say it again.
Uh, the most different name of people.
Oh, names for name of people. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez. Um, yeah, naming customs. Well, no, that's a really. I have to think about that one. What's unusual name?
funny
Uh,
name.
yeah, funny name. Funny name is at the like they. Yeah, Thai people and Lao people they often call someone a small name like they might call somebody mouse, or rat or bird or yeah those are common nicknames mouse rat bird and they're just like friendly names. It doesn't mean a bad thing, but in um, let me think about that. Mr. Volcano is a funny one. Um, I the one anyway. I can't really think of a good answer for that one, but it made me think of my friend's language, which I was talking with the guy, the Kayapu man. I was telling him I try to learn my friend's language on Vancouver Island, which is Coast Salish, Sanchotan language, and then it's got such a strange letter in it for number three. When they say number three, it's something like so 1 2 3 4 netcha, so netcha chessa. So yeah, netcha. I can remember. Those sound familiar. Netcha chessa. What? That's
I
number
had
three. Yeah, that's
I had
number three. It's like
I listened
sound
some.
sound of the wind or something. It's like yeah, netcha chessa nos. So that one, that's number three in their language. It's like what? What is it? Something
My,
like the
my
wind. blowing through the wind through the tree or something, like that, like that. That's a letter in their language. It's really like what? I never heard that in another language. Like, they're really strange, but they have a few other ones too, other sounds that I like. What is it? I have to really listen carefully. But yeah, I often do exercise. When I do exercises, like I count in many languages, 1 to 10. So I count in like Indonesian, my friend's language, and Sanchat, and so I. So it's good if you can count to 10 and then do a countdown in another language, then your brain can maybe remember the numbers better.
My friend said to me someday, they he his surname is like something. It's like 1, 2, 3 of Oliver, 4, something like that. 1, 2, 3. The name of the person it was 1, 2, 3, Oliver 4. I remember
Oh,
that my
oh,
name is Leomar Oliveira. So Oliver is in my name. So I remember that 1, 2, 3, Oliver 4. There's no sense in this. Is that
yeah,
number?
yeah. Let me think. Yeah, let me think. Who flung? Yeah, we used to make a joke. I remember about Chinese names. We used to say, isn't it? We used to say, who flung poo? That's what's on the so who flung poo? He's like throwing poo on the wall. That's kind of funny. But no, I'm just trying to think of a funny name, like strange naming customs. Yeah, I can't really think of a good example I have right now. Let me think.
We were talking about name. The name Rick is derived from Richard, or
No,
is
no,
other.
no. It's actually short. It's the last part of Frederick. Frederick.
Oh,
So he's
Frederick.
like a peaceful ruler. Peaceful. Yeah, Frederick means like peaceful. Rick means yeah, peaceful. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, very good.
Rick is like power or
I
yeah, yeah,
didn't. Very good,
yeah.
Mr. Rick. What's the difference of Mr. Uh, Mr. is an old person, is a middle-aged person. How to say someone uh, very young or
Yeah, we
young?
say master. Yeah,
The
master.
difference of Mr. and Mrs. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly. A
but
young
yeah, it's
woman.
not common. It's not common in Canada and America, but in England, if it's a boarding school, they often will say master. So
Master.
master, yeah, master. That's for a boy. Master Jones or something. Master, yeah, which kind of sounds funny. Oh, yeah, that's the, I mean, a slave would have to call, "Hey, master, yes, master," but different than that, it just meant a young boy. It's kind of like in a movie like Tom Brown's School Days or something, or Tom Jones School Days. I think it's a British custom to call young people master, Master Jones, Master Smith, Master Brown. Yeah,
I'm remembering master, something like someone from far west is master.
yeah,
I
It's a
don't,
British. Yeah, they don't do it in Canada and America. They don't for young people. Uh,
I don't remember.
Miss, yeah,
There
Miss.
is a song from Western movie that there are there
Which
Master John or something like that. Uh,
oh, Mr. Jones. Na, na,
oh,
na,
no,
Mr.
no, no,
Jones. No, me and
no. Master.
they call me Mr. Tibbs. Oh, that's it. That's a different one.
Was
So
a
that's
legendary sheriff in the West. I don't know exactly. Okay. We're talking about names. What's
so names,
the other
naming customs. So so here's famous. You said the fastest guy in the West, maybe the Lone Ranger and Tonto, his good friend Tonto.
what's the name?
Who
Master
the Lone Ranger, the Lone Ranger. He was actually on the radio before TV. He was a famous kind of hero guy. He's the Lone Ranger and his friend Tonto. So Tonto was from Canada. He's actually a native guy from Canada, indigenous.
I have listened about Tonto. Tonto. Is a Canadian production?
Yeah, his real name was Jay Silverheels. So he was from Ontario, and he was
American?
famous. He was famous as like the friend of Lone Ranger. So Tonto, yeah. So Tonto, you might hear people refer to, but there's a good. If you want to see a good movie, it's called Real Indian. Um, See this one with REEL. So real as a play like a real movie reel. So instead of REAL, so it's a play on that word. That that's an interesting
I,
documentary on
I
portraying.
remember the name I said ago is Batmaster song, but there's no
Oh,
uh, uh, location, there's no
oh, Bat,
similarity. Batmaster
Batman.
song, did
Who's
you know?
Batmaster? Yeah, Batmaster. I know that name. That's from
Batmaster song, I have listened song.
that name. That name. Batmaster is not the like the. It's not the Green Hornet. Yeah, the Green Hornet, maybe. No. Bat Masterson. No.
I don't know
Wait,
exactly.
you just look
So
up that name.
it's because
Masterson.
there is master song. I
Oh, it was a
think
TV. It
it's
was a
a
TV
nickname,
show.
last name.
Oh, it was a TV show. Bat Masterson and Wyatt Earp. So yeah, you. So you're
Yeah, it's
thinking of
a
some.
show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp. Yeah, that's back in the Western America in some cowboy movie. Maybe you
Yeah.
saw this that name like a what? Yeah, Wyatt Earp. Um, in the cowboy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cowboys and Indian movies. I'd always cheer for the Indians because I like the Indians. So so here we have a
Canoe.
canoe,
In
and
Brazil, we say canoa. Canoa.
so here's an interesting guy. So here's this guy he played. Sometime he was James Bond in the movie. He's actually from Ireland, Pierce Brosnan, but he was
Yeah.
in the movie called Grey Owl. So Grey Owl is a really interesting story because he was a guy who said I am half European, I'm half Native Canadian, and he was like a defender of the nature and a promoter of the wild. So he's a really famous guy. He made movies in the 1930s, but then he died, and people found out he wasn't an Indian. So he says I am Grey Owl, and he even went over to England. And when Queen Elizabeth was a little girl, her and her sister, and he came in with a big yeah, I am Grey Owl. You must protect the forest. And then he really impressed. He fooled the King of England, and he walked. He turned his back on the king and everything. He really broke protocol and everything. But he was actually that. Then he died, and it turned out that he was born in England, and he fooled everybody. He wasn't a native guy at all. But it's an interesting guy because he really inspired many people to be so. He's an interesting guy. So uh, yeah, this movie was made by Richard Attenborough, who was I don't know if you know. There's David and Richard Attenborough. I don't know if you know these. David Attenborough is the same age as the Queen, so he's 96 or 97. And so speaking of him, I'm just looking for my picture of Harry. Where did he go now? Harry Belafonte. Oh, he's right here. Okay, so I have to ask you if you know this guy. So here he is. So this is him in the 60s. Would you happen to know? Do you recognize these guys? You know him?
I
He's
think
from. He
he's
sang.
I
He's a
don't
singer.
remember.
Deo, si deo. Daylight come, I go home. Yeah, about the banana loading banana boats. Hey, Mister, tally me. But she's a really famous calypso singer in the 1950s.
Yeah, I remember. Very
So he
good.
just died a few days ago. He died on Tuesday, 5 days ago, and he's 96 years old, and he died. He's the first. He's the first singer to sell a million records. So he's like he's a major kind of singing star, but
I know.
he's really connected to a lot of like he's he's a friend with Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King. This is Sidney Poitier. They met when they were about 15 years old. He won the first Oscar in 1965,
I have read.
these
Very
guys are
good.
like
Any cultural
he's
content today.
what's
You
that?
know you know very much about cultural content, natural content. Very good.
Yeah, now I just before I talk with you, I was organizing my papers. I have a little bookshelf, and okay. I can't be so crazy. I must be more organized. Yeah, try to be more organized, and yeah, nice. I think I can. If I can keep going, I think I can. I can do some
What's
good
the
things.
other type of culture you have?
Yeah, and I have I have lots of different characters here, and so sometimes if somebody says I play the piano, I can say, oh, who's this guy? You know,
Is it Beethoven? Beethoven?
that's right, Beethoven. That's right, that's
Yeah,
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
And this guy here is Nat King Cole.
Yeah, very
So he
good.
did.
Sing.
He sang actually Mona Lisa. Have you ever heard a song Mona Lisa? So he sang
Yeah.
Mona. He had a really beautiful voice, right? He sold more records in the 1950s too. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. He also sang the Unforgettable.
Strong.
Un- a beautiful song, Unforgettable.
Yeah.
In every way. So for me, I used that song by him uh, to make a video when my mother and father had their 50-year anniversary, and it was a really happy time because everybody, all the family came, and then I made
You
this video, and I had my mom in her
unforgettable.
wedding, unforgettable, crying. Yeah. That was one of my big successes in my life, just doing something for no profit, but it was really sentimentally
Netflix,
about
it's
this
Disney.
guy.
What Disney?
Oh, you know what? Oh, you recognize Walt Disney. Most people
Yeah.
don't recognize his face. But yeah, he was when I
Disney.
was a boy. I thought, oh, Walt Disney, good guy. Amazing what can come out of one guy's imagination.
He used a mustache. I
Hmm?
know mustache. He used. He
Oh,
used,
his mustache. Oh,
the correct
yeah,
is used or
mustache,
we
mustache.
we a mustache or use a mustache.
Where yeah yeah, we don't say use, we would say like he wore, yeah, what does he wear a beard? Yeah, where he wears a beard, he wears a mustache. Yeah, like wear a hat, wear a, yeah, I guess we say he has a
Has
mustache, or
has a
he
mustache.
wears he wears
You
a, where, yeah, or we just say he has long hair, he has a mustache.
yeah.
We say where he's got a that's right. So yeah, different people with their creativity, they but sometimes it's somebody is creative in an unusual way, like this guy. So who is he?
Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay,
Mahatma Gandhi, the great soul of India. So
he's a
he,
special person to the world.
yeah, and he marched to he marched to the sea, and then you should see the clip of him. With this act, join me in the struggle. With this act, I defy the might of the British Empire. It's like, so it's so classic. If you ever hear the
Yeah.
description.